Howdy folks, I'm Brian, and here's some Reddit. We're going to be looking at the top jerks for today, so let's get started. Our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for scaring my children a little bit to get them to behave? Hello, I'm a mom of 2 young children, a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old girl. I love them both very much, but as you probably know, kids can be real trouble. My kids are no exception. On this particular day, we were out driving around and my kids, particularly my son, had been causing trouble all day, asking when we were getting home, throwing tantrums, and being way too loud in the back seat. My husband decided he had enough, and at one point in time, he pulled over to the side of the road in front of someone's garage. He told our kids that was the naughty boys' home. If you don't know what that is, it's the orphanage that a lot of parents tell their kids that they'll leave them at if they misbehave. It's where the naughty kids go. And my son told my son to get out of the car. Wow. I decided to go along as well because I had had enough at this point as well. We both told him to get out and made a big deal out of it. And when he didn't get out of the car, as we knew he wouldn't, of course, we got out and pulled him out and put him on the side of the road in front of the garage. He was putting up a fight the whole way and pulling his eyes out. Our daughter as well, she was trying to tell us, no, please, he'll be good. Wow. Oh my goodness. You're monsters. When we got back in the car, we let them grovel for a little while. He was standing outside crying and begging and yelling and that he was sorry. And our daughter was crying and begging, he's sorry, I'm sorry, please don't leave him. He'll be good, I promise. They both got really upset. Eventually we relented and put him back in the seat and left. Everyone was okay. We made it clear to them that this bad behavior has consequences and we will not tolerate it. They were scared for a minute. Now they're all right. They've been set straight. I've apologized, and they behaved much better on that day. I don't really like these things, as no parent does, but it's part of parenting. It's called disciplining your children. However, I shared the story to one of my friends and said that I was possibly a little too harsh. I don't think so, but I would like to know what you guys think. Am I a jerk here? Wow. Holy cow. That is just mean. Like, your kids were screaming and begging and pleading with you. And I mean, of course you weren't really going to leave them there, but that was cruel. It was really, really cruel. And I do think that you do need to discipline kids, but I think that goes well beyond the realm of reasonable punishment. I mean, you shouldn't be threatening your children that you're going to leave them in the naughty house. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that that was not an appropriate thing to do. Kids are rambunctious, and sometimes they do need to be punished, but I think threatening them that you're going to abandon them is only going to give them abandonment issues. And sure, they're going to believe you now when they're 5 and 6, but you know, when they get to be teens and they realize that you guys are full of BS, then they're not going to be kind of held to that same kind of standard. So I think you're just setting yourself up to basically have your kids misbehave and act out later, you know, in life. So yeah, no, I don't think bullying and torturing your children is a good way of disciplining them. Just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyhow, take care, I guess. Good luck, and not trying to bully your children anymore. Our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk because she lost her ring? Am I the jerk? My girlfriend and I were out visiting a friend. As we were leaving, she was fairly drunk, I was driving, so completely sober, and the two of us were having a bit of an argument over something insignificant. Anyway, while getting into my car, she lost a diamond ring somewhere outside. She looked for it a bit and couldn't find it, and then, in her somewhat drunken state, seemed to forget about the fact that she had lost her ring, got back into the car, and we drove home. A few days later, she says to me, "Where's my ring? It was my Nana's, and I can't find it anywhere." Her Nana is deceased, by the way, as such the ring holds some sentimental value to her. I said to her, "You lost it outside your friend's house the other day when you were drunk and we were fighting." At this point in time, she gets angry and, in my opinion, starts to blame me for the fact that the ring is no longer in her possession and that she is now unlikely to find it, considering it's 3 days has elapsed since initially losing it. I said something to the effect of, "Don't blame me for losing your ring," etc., which does not appear to have helped the matter, to be honest. I wonder why. So here's the question. Am I a jerk for not ensuring that the ring was found at the time of losing it, as she claims, or is she the jerk for blaming me? I feel like it's her ring, her responsibility. I guess I could have helped her look for it a little bit harder than I did, to be honest. Well, you didn't help her look for it at all, it sounds like. However, she was drunk at the time, bashing my car door into the car parked next to us as a way of irritating me, so I wasn't exactly in the most helpful mood. Though, please and thank you in advance, people. So here's the thing. Relationships are about being good partners, and I think you have to ask yourself, were you being a good friend? Were you being a good partner in that case? When she had lost her ring, do you think if you had been in a similar situation that you would have appreciated it if she had helped you, even if you were in a compromised state? And I think the answer to that question is yes, you would have appreciated it. And now, because you weren't being as good of a friend as you could have been, as good of a partner as you could have been, she's lost a valuable sentimental piece of jewelry. I'm going to say that, yeah, you're a jerk here, and maybe she wasn't very nice. The thing is that it still is nice to be a good partner, even when your partner isn't being as good as they can be. Yeah, I just think that you should have helped her. I think that that would have gone a long ways towards, helping your relationship. Well, anyhow, take care and good luck. I hope that she's able to find her ring, and I hope that in the future you're more willing to help your girlfriend out. Our next letter is titled, "Will I be a jerk if I let my ex sleep over?" My roommate, 26-year-old male, and I, a 25-year-old female, are having a huge dilemma. Him and I have known each other for a little over a year. In that time, we've hooked up a bit, and we did have feelings for each other before moving in. But something's happened, and since early June, I have not had any feelings for him in that way. He still has strong feelings for me, and sometimes we still occasionally have adult time together. Now, on to the issue. My ex-husband, a 25-year-old male, and I divorced last year. It was a nasty divorce, but now we are on good terms and are friends. We text and call and have seen each other 3 times this year. He's shown up once at our place to surprise me, but it's really bothered my roommate. So my ex has family in town near where I live. They might not have room for him to stay the night, so he asked me if he could stay with me. I told him I'm okay with it, but I'll have to ask my roommate. Well, I tell my roommate, and he's upset and uncomfortable. He doesn't like the idea of my ex coming here and staying on the couch or in my room. The thing is, though, that my roommate and I aren't romantic, and neither is me or my ex. Plus, I do pay for my own room. Bills are split evenly, so what I do in there shouldn't matter. I get that it bugs him, but at the same time, my ex doesn't have money for a hotel and it would be a 3-hour drive back to his place in the middle of the night. Will I be a jerk if I let my ex stay with me anyways, even though my roommate wouldn't be okay with it? Edit, my roommate and I have posted this together. He thinks us having adult time isn't relevant, and he said that he can separate his feelings. We've had this conversation many times where I thought adult time should stop, but he doesn't want to. He insists that it doesn't matter. I think that he's in denial. Edit 2. My roommate thinks that his feelings towards me shouldn't matter and it isn't relevant either. He thinks the fact that it makes him feel uncomfortable should be enough. Alright, so it sounds like you two have orchestrated this together to come up with an answer, and here's what I think. If you have a blanket agreement that says, we don't allow guests in our house, and no matter who the guest is, they aren't going to be allowed, then you should not have a guest over. However, I'm guessing that's not the case here. I'm guessing that if your roommate decided to bring someone over and it wouldn't make you uncomfortable, because why would it make you uncomfortable for him to bring a guest over, then you wouldn't have any problem with it. Now, again, like if your ex had come over and caused problems or troubles or had done something to make your roommate feel uncomfortable, I think then at that point in time, he would have grounds to say, oh yeah, no, I think that because of X, Y, and Z, your ex-husband shouldn't be allowed back into the house. I don't see that happening here. So again, you're a grown adult, and it sounds a lot like your roommate is trying to basically police your adult life here. And it sounds like he essentially wants you for himself, and in the process, you know, he's shading this as, oh, well, I'm just uncomfortable. But the thing is, like, if you brought any guy over, he would be uncomfortable, plain and simple. And that's what it boils down to. I think he has more feelings than he's really saying here, and he's having a hard time separating his feelings from your physical relationship. He's the one who isn't calling off this physical relationship, and he's an adult and he's allowed to make his own decisions, and you've made it very clear that you are not interested in having any more of an actual, like, intimate emotional relationship with him. So he needs to accept that and either one, enjoy what he has while he has it, or two, move on. So yeah, that's kind of what I think. I think that you're a grown adult and you can make your own decisions, and that there's no reason why your ex shouldn't be allowed to stay with you for the night. And yeah, take care and good luck. Hope you two can resolve your issues. All right, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for embarrassing my husband to his mother? My husband and I have been having issues lately. I feel like he pushes too hard and has a hard time with boundaries. And he admits growing up he viewed as love as having no boundaries, and he finds me cold. We are seeing someone for this. Last night I fell asleep on the couch and he did a whipped cream prank with our son. He knew I would not enjoy it, but did it anyways, so I was pretty mad. After I put our son to bed, we got into it, and he said that I am never willing to compromise and that there's no fun in the house, and his mom wouldn't have reacted so badly. She let him have fun as a kid. I took out my phone, I called my mother-in-law and said that her son wanted to come home to her. He told me to put the phone down, and I said that he married the wrong woman and he should have married his mommy, so she can come and get him. Mother-in-law hung up on me, and now my husband is sulking. His mom told me that he would regret marrying me, so I feel like it's more about proving her right, but he thinks I went too far. I'm glad that you two are in couples counseling, it sounds like, because I think you two have a lot of work here. It sounds like he did a whipped cream prank on you. So I definitely think in that particular case that your husband is definitely a jerk here. I definitely think that you're a jerk for calling the mother-in-law. So everyone's kind of a jerk here. Now, as for letting them have fun, if it was fun at your expense, then I would say that no, it's not that you're not having fun, or that you're, preventing fun. But it does sound like your husband has issues with basically respecting your boundaries, especially if, this prank was played on you. No one wants to wake up with whipped cream in their face, and maybe this is a sign that you two are just fundamentally incompatible with each other. I mean, if he wants to have a more lighthearted household, and you're more of a straight-laced person and you don't enjoy those kinds of things, then, I mean, it could just be that you two aren't going to see eye to eye. Again, I think that there's a lot here, and I think that you two are probably just going to have to continue to work through your issues, or I would say have a divorce. If you've spent a lot of years in a bad relationship and you feel like there's nothing coming from it, then, I mean, you have to ask yourself, why are you staying with him? And, I mean, sometimes there isn't necessarily a good answer. Anyhow, good luck, and I hope that you find happiness, and I hope your husband finds happiness too. But if you two are fundamentally unhappy with each other, then maybe you should have an amicable breakup and move on with your lives. Take care and good luck. Our last letter is titled, Am I a jerk for refusing to make my wife a custom rocking chair to commemorate our baby's birth? The real issue here is that I've done this for some friends and family members, but won't do it for our baby. Well, I mean, I think we can read that far and already have a pretty good answer. The reason why I'm refusing is because I don't love doing it. I did it as a favor once, and then it led to other people asking me to make one for them to commemorate their baby's birth. I felt bad about saying no, so I've always agreed if they're close friends or family members. And who's closer to you than your wife? Where is your reasoning and logic in here? Where is your reasoning and logic here? I mean, you're supposed to be the closest with your wife, but you're willing to make rocking chairs for other friends and family? I mean, come on, guy. Really, though? Really? Think about this for a second. You're saying, I hate making these rocking chairs, but I'm willing to do it because I can't say no to friends and family, but I can say no to my wife. Really? My wife just assumed that I would make one now that she's pregnant, but I told her I wouldn't this time because I hate these projects and have enough going on as is. They take time away from other things I'd rather be doing instead, and it's tedious work that I don't enjoy. It's fair. It's fair that it's tedious work that you don't enjoy. She didn't like my answer and thinks I'm a jerk for being willing to do it for others, but not for her and our baby. She feels like it's a sign that I'm not committed or don't value our baby enough. My logic is that since it's my baby, I should not have to do a project I hate, but she does not see it that way. So it's not just your baby, it's your wife's baby as well, right? And again, like, she sees, put yourself in her shoes, she sees you making these gifts for other people, but when it comes down to making a gift that she'll like and that she'll use, you're not willing to do it. You know what I say? I say you go out and make the best damn rocking chair that you can and make it for your wife, and let her enjoy the hell out of that rocking chair because she wants this, and this is something that she feels like you are going to do for her. And you know, sometimes things are a labor of love. Sometimes we don't do things necessarily because they're enjoyable or we like doing them. We do them because they need to be done, or they're done so that others will benefit from our hard work and our labor. And in this case, I think that you really should consider making her a rocking chair. She's really frustrating me by pushing me so hard, but I don't see why I'm obligated to do this since it's just supposed to be a hobby anyways. Am I a jerk? So I think I pretty much covered all of the major points as I went through the letter there. I just kind of had to stop because it just felt so odd that he was willing to do this for people that aren't his wife, but he's not willing to do it for his wife. And I see where he's coming from in the respect that this is his baby, but it's also his wife's baby. And he should have, I think, refused to make rocking chairs a lot more if it bothered him this much. And just because he was willing to put his foot down and not willing to put his foot down for other people doesn't mean that his wife should, you know, not enjoy this gift that she was looking forward to. I don't know. Take care and good luck. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. If you like this video, consider giving me a thumbs up. Also, if you made it this far, consider subscribing. I release a new video every single day, and it's a lot of work. So consider subscribing. It lets me know that you appreciate what I'm doing here and appreciate the effort and time I'm putting into making these videos. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this. Take care and have a good one.